We gonna get into this? Or?
Yeah, anytime you're ready.
Hey, everyone. Here we are again. Another week, another
It's
day.
a fat Breaking Glass show.
Here we are, Breaking Glass. We've been a little hiatus for a while. My name's Kevin Beecher.
And I'm Josh Mazzei.
And we are trying to get back on the rhythm. We've been kind of on the road all summer and haven't had too much time to do a whole lot of these things.
Well, yeah. Well, it's never been about time. It's just about it's hard to make time. I guess it is. Yeah. So maybe it is about time.
And getting people to come on and just being in the right place at the right time. And a lot of times we are in the right place, but it's always the wrong time.
Well, yeah. Again, like we were talking about this earlier, I think, and you almost can underestimate the amount of time that this takes to make happen at an event. You're there with people. I mean, pulling them aside, getting into a mind space of like sitting down and talking when there's an activity going on. It's actually kind of hard
we always have
do,
to try to sneak away and get them into our hotel room. Be all creepy and shit. It's hard to find the lighting to be in the rooms. We have the time we're taking lamps out of other rooms and chairs from other rooms and
trying to make it happen kind of in these situations. So,
but we definitely been on the road a lot.
Yep, we have been.
And hopefully this episode we want to kind of dive into what Melt was and everything about it for the last couple weeks.
Yep,
and so hopefully we can get into all that.
Yeah, I think that's the plan. We'll talk about that.
But welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. Ooh, it's been a while.
Yeah, I'm drinking my Michelob Ultra. I'm on my diet. Kind of sucks.
Yep, I'm having Moscow Mules. They're tasty, sugary goodness, vodka.
That's
lime,
my problem. I can't have none of that.
Yeah.
Oh well.
What can't you have because of the sugar?
Sugar, carbs. I'm on keto, so no sugar, no carbs.
Is sugar basically carbs? Is it just like sugar equals carbs?
I mean, it's definitely in that ball game where you don't want to be doing none of it, really.
Yeah. So that's why like no candy, nothing sweet unless it's like an alternate sweetener.
Yeah, I eat a lot of. Well, I just ordered a bunch of stuff because I've been off this for a while, but I got a big old fat belly this summer. So
yeah. Have you tried stevia?
You can use that to some extent. I use more monk fruit sweetener. So that comes, and that's actually a little bit better. And then there's there's other.
You don't like the stevia?
There's other things you can use stevia.
I was dating a woman for a while who went all sugar free, so I tried all that stuff.
It's
and
definitely
I kind
better.
of like the stevia.
Well, I'll give you some. I got a bunch.
Yeah.
No,
I know about that. Have you tried xylitol?
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
What is it?
It's xylitol. It's spelled with it starts with an X. It's harvested from the bark of some trees that's in Utah, and it fucking kills dogs.
Well, that's what a lot
instantly.
of that stuff.
So but you have to be careful with it. But it's also
a lot
good
of those
sugar
sweeteners.
substitute.
You'll get them off roots and barks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Totally.
I'm just doing it to lose weight. I mean, but when I get on that diet, I feel good. I mean, I actually feel like I have more energy and all that kind of stuff. It usually takes a week or two to really get into it. So I'm about a week in. We'll see next podcast. We'll see how I feel.
You're hitting the treadmill. Yeah. Well, again, don't forget the camera puts 15 pounds on you.
Yeah, I know. I feel like it.
Yeah,
I'm feeling large right now. But anyway, let's give a shout out real quick. We got our mailbag.
Yeah, we want to, of course, we'll be starting up the new, series of episodes coming up, and we want to get some mailbag questions going. Again, I'm going to apologize. We have been drinking a little bit tonight, so I feel a little slurry at this point.
That's kind of the purpose of the show.
It is the purpose of the show. It
was a football day. I went out to Buffalo Wild Wings and got some chicken wings and drank a couple of beers, watched some football. Came back. We've been watching football. It's snowing in Green Bay.
We just ended up sitting here and drinking a bunch before we got started.
Yeah.
So anyway,
it happens,
Anyway, what we want to say is we need questions for the mailbag. Send us some questions. We want questions ask us something about the industry or something that's going to actually send us some of those controversial questions. We want some stuff that gets teeth in.
Yeah.
We can dig in and talk about what we feel.
If we don't know
shit.
the answer, we'll find it.
Yeah, if we don't know the answer, we're going to look it up. But send us something juicy.
And follow us on Instagram, Breaking Glass. _glass_podcast. See,
wow, I got that you're right. So grown up.
I know, for real.
Yeah.
I didn't say lowercase slash.
Yeah. My pedophile joke just doesn't play without it that way.
It's like, he was working on it.
How can I squeeze this pedophile joke in? So, but yeah, anyway, yeah. So send us some emails. And if there's, yeah. But where are we at next?
So yeah, well, we kind of did the, where we were and what we've been doing, and what we haven't been doing. Where we've been is this whole summer we've been on the road.
Yeah,
and that's why we haven't had a chance. We had a couple podcasts we put out, but not a lot. The last one we did was Maddie White's, and that was at the FAM show.
At the FAM show,
we got to give them guys a big shout out. That was an excellent show.
Huge shout, great show. Those guys just really took care of everybody there. I mean, it was a first year show. I mean, I'm never going to be one of those people that pull punches. I mean, yeah, first year shows are always going to have the challenge of starting their attendance. You're basically that's your starting point.
But they did it in a good spot. They did it in a good way. They did it, kind of the things like Las Vegas, where they put the appetizers out. They had like tables with some food and snacks, and they were making announcements and really giving everybody in the room shout outs.
Yeah, and the thing is that with those guys, with ABR, the guys that are taking over the FAM show, they are actually, that's their part of the country. That's their backyard. Yeah. They're people that are going to care and develop that show, and they're going to do it consistently.
It was my first time.
It's my first time too. I'd never had made it out to Glassroots, which of course had been out there previously. But for these guys, it's in their backyard. They're going to make it happen, and they're going to care about it. And I'm excited I'm glad we got in on it the first year, and I hope we get it
was lots of good food.
I want to keep working with them. We love those guys, and so we add that to your schedule. I mean, again, also if you're a starting out glass artist, you can go to Vegas, but you will suffer if it's your first year at Vegas, you're going to suffer in comparison to people that've been going there for years. But if you go to something like the FAM show and it's starting out, it's in the Midwest, you're going to actually stand out a little bit more. So, think about it. And it's probably going to cost you a little bit less than a Vegas trip. So, yeah. Anyway, again, shout out to those guys. We had a good time. And that was really, as we were saying, that was the last place we really filmed an episode.
Well, we did that. We did the DFO, which we did nothing out there, actually.
We didn't do much out there. Yeah.
Well, we did a lot of drinking, a lot of partying, hanging out.
Hanging out, partying.
Went out to... Well, we were in...
Where was that? Such good food.
Portland.
That was the best day. The best day was watching you guys eat food.
Dude, it was the best.
We just took you from restaurant to restaurant, and Kevin and Todd were just loving everything we ate. It was the best.
We don't get to eat stuff like that, It's like you coming out here, you can find things that you can't find there. You're like, wow, this is pretty awesome. Yeah, totally. But out there is like certain things. Those was the Thai restaurant that really stood out to me more than anything.
That little taco place.
The taco place was good.
That was good. There was, what was the thing in between? There was one other one that was right in there. Because we went to a few places.
The herb store we went to was not so good.
Yeah, the herb store was disappointing.
I gotta say, the weed store was not.
But we had the thing. We didn't need to buy weed. We had plenty of weed at the shop.
It was just a matter of going into one.
We went to a weed store for the sake of going to a weed store.
And it was like some kind of little hip hop urban weed store.
It was kind of a hip hop.
It had all this gangster shit in there, and it looked cool. And the guys were like all the friendly and shit.
Yeah, no, it was nice. And we bought a bunch of joints but whatever.
They kind of remind me like
it was the first time. I mean, I'm from Oregon. It was the first time I had been to a store. It's the first time I ever bought anything at a store.
Seeing those weed stores, it kind of reminds me of those 1800s pop-up carts. The guys that come out like it's bits of flannel. It's like shit like that. Like they're just trying to hustle you and shit. And all the weed I thought looked the same.
It all did look.
It all looked exactly the same, and it just didn't even
But just like anything, you would have to that was just our first stop. I mean, there's probably 100 stores like that in Portland, and there's going to be the cream of the crop where you go in and you're impressed. We just went to the one that was closest. And it was in an old,
just some house.
Yeah, it's just some fucking old house in a Northeast Portland neighborhood. So it was fun. Yeah, anyway,
the DFO was a good time. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had a good time. I think we'll be going back to that. I hope so.
I would hope so.
I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to get too deep into that conversation, but we should talk more about that.
Yeah.
Gotta figure out how it works out this year.
Speaking of the DFO So we're going to do a segment we call Tool of the Moment.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of the DFO, that totally segues into Tool of the Moment.
Well, it does because it's where I got this tool.
Oh.
So there you go.
Touche. Touchy.
We're going to talk about my torch stand from Blast Shield. And
Blast Shield torch mount. And
is that the professional term for it?
I don't know. I think it sounds like
torch mount. It's just the torch stand that they have that's like mobile. You know, you can set it up on the table and then it moves around and you can pull it in and out. Up and down.
That's why you can't. That stand doesn't imply moving around. That's why it's a mount.
What do they call it? Is it a mount? Is that what it is?
Mount.
Okay, I'll look it up. I didn't really care. It's awesome.
Talk about
it's a great tool.
What does it do?
What it does is it holds my torch and it goes in and out, up and down, left and right, and like wherever you put the torch, it stays. It doesn't move around and flop. And it changes the game. It really did. It did a lot for I noticed that I haven't had a chance to blow a lot of glass on it this summer. A few things here and there, but when I started getting into the marbles there at the end of August for the marble show, it just was, wow, this is it changed everything how I did my marbles. Just the way that I put my marver. I bought the optional marver, which is like a graphite pad that hooks onto it. It slides from left to right. And, I can set my rollers on that. My torch points right at it. It's like the perfect distance for everything. I don't know. It was a game changer. They did a really good job. It's engineered well. I'm going to tell you right up, get the better one. If you're going to get it, don't cheap out because they have multiple a cheaper version.
They basically have two versions. And the one you went for the top.
And then when I was there, it was like I said, late at night, DFO. I'm walking back and forth. I talked to him 5 or 6 times throughout the day. I kept going, I'm going to get this torch stand. Oh, we were drinking.
We were so drunk.
And we started, as soon as they'd open up the bar,
next day we saw them. They were just
and I spent a bunch of money. And then when I was standing there at Todd Dunlap, my partner, he was just like, oh, I was like, you need this torch stand too, man. You got to get it. And he's like, I was like, you don't even get that one. Get the cheaper one. And he's like, okay, fuck it. I'll just get it. So he bought that. And when he got home, he was just like, man, I wish I would have bought that.
Yeah, because it wasn't that much of a price
it rolls. Mine,
it still works great.
If you'll see, you'll probably have a little video for this.
Yeah, we're going to drop in.
It rolls
absolutely
so
are dropping in
smooth,
video
and it just, the movement on it is beautiful.
Just good action. Gives you good clearance from your table, allows you to get out for sculptural work. Sometimes the limitations of a torch sitting on a table doesn't give you clearance with your blowpipes and handles.
Well, I saw Chili up there in Oregon. When we were there at his shop.
We were at Don Chili's shop when we were at the DFO.
He was making one of his tiki rigs, and I saw him using that torch stand, and the way he was moving it, just kind of kicking it in, using his stomach to push it in and out. He had he had a Bunsen going too, which I'd never really worked with a Bunsen, so I ended up buying a Bunsen also. So shout out to that. That was a great buy also. I haven't really got a chance. I used it at that competition, and other than that, I have not had a chance to really play with it.
Totally. And again, one of the things that when we've talked about this before too, is that even though it seems a little cumbersome, and it's easy to just walk up and set your torch up on the table with a stand where it just sits on top, that it's it would appear that there would be a lot of labor into setting that torch up, mounting it.
Well, this one goes quick.
I've seen
you saw me set it up
a couple places, and then of course Gonzo and Don Chili are travelers.
It's set up for 4
country, and they set that up at every shop they go to. And just a quick, easy mounting.
You can set it up on the top or the bottom. You can set it up on the top of the table or underneath.
Which one are you?
I set it up from underneath because it has so much movement up and down. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So if it's underneath, it's out of my way. The one plus of setting it up on the top part of your torch or the table would be, I think, is the Bunsen burner is magnetized.
Yeah.
You could set that right, and it would hold that in place so it doesn't move around on you. So that's the one bonus I thought when I bought it, when I saw the combo, and I was like, I'm just going to buy the Bunsen too. And he's like, it's magnetized. You can set it on top of your table. But I kind of like it underneath the table because it's out of my way.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you saw, I changed my whole table up. It's completely empty now where I don't have anything in front of me.
Yeah.
Graphite's gone, and it just gives you a lot of space.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think they're great, and they're one of those things. It can be a game changer for your glasswork when you get a tool like that. Yeah.
Well, shout out Blast Shield. Keep making them tools because we keep buying them.
Yeah,
and the
great
customer service is awesome. They take care of you. They're very, very good. So,
yeah.
All right.
So what have we been watching this week?
What movies?
First thing, just of course, we crushed out the second season of Jack Ryan the other night. The Amazon
what's that? It's like Shadow.
Clancy.
Is it what's the name of it?
It's just Jack Ryan.
Don't they have like a Shadow Ops?
No,
they have certain names for him.
Not for this one. It's just a series. Jack Ryan. It's basically prequel to all those movies, and it's just kind of following his coming in.
If you
it's good, yeah.
It's the guy that plays him is. The guy from The Office.
Is a dude, Jed. It's Jim Halpert from The Office.
We were talking with our producer here, and he's just talking about how he can't watch the show because
it's hard to get past. It's hard to get past the fact that it's fucking Jim, because he's just fucking Jim. Of course,
he does really well at it. I mean,
he does, yeah.
And he said, but you're talking about those far off stairs. He always did those kind of looks, and he just looks kind of
different. New Speaking movie, whatever that was.
Speaking?
That recent one.
Quiet Place or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Well, they didn't talk in that too much.
That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was actually different. I didn't expect that whole outcome.
I actually still haven't seen that.
Really?
I need a good. All right, I need to watch that. I gotta put it on.
It's good.
Yeah, you said you said you liked it, and it's somehow I just haven't made it to watch it yet.
It's sci-fi.
Yeah.
Like Shelly didn't like it, and she likes horror flicks, but it was too sci-fi for her.
Yeah.
But Jack Ryan was good.
Yeah, it was good. I mean,
heart pumping. It got me freaking juiced up. We'd be watching like, oh shit, this is like we'd be all excited. Darren walked in the shop and was just like, man, this shit's exhilarating.
Yeah, totally.
My chest is pumping.
I did read something today that it said that it was kind of like a bunch of right wing talking points on Argentina.
Well, I could believe that. Yeah. I mean, it definitely hit that area.
It kind of did.
If you jump into the political aspect of it, I mean, I'm sure they had a lot of undertones.
Yeah.
And like the people that directed it probably had a certain feeling.
Had a feeling and had some objectives.
I didn't actually.
I wanted. I'd like to. I almost want to feel like I need to pay attention to it.
We watch a lot of news, so we should realize that. But that whole area. Is
and I was feeling that, and they just made some. The article that I read, they're just making some presumptions about Argentina.
Well, that was a good show. We crushed it in a whole day. Yeah, we watched whole shows in a day. Yeah. So
was it 8 episodes only?
Hour.
Yeah, they were hour long. 8 episodes, hour long.
So we watched. I remember you saying, I was like, we were at the end. I was like, the last one. I was like, this seems like the last episode. And I was like, how many episodes are there? You're like, I don't know, 10. I was like, are you sure? I was like, I don't think there's gonna be enough.
No.
But when it ends, that's the sucky thing about shows. When they end,
they do. Yeah, totally.
We watched that. We watched the 3rd season of what's that cartoon?
Big Mouth.
Big Mouth.
Yeah, with fucking awesome. And we watched we didn't mention it earlier, but we talked about Dolomite.
Dolomite was good.
Yeah.
It's good to see those guys coming back, and it was good to see that kind of portrayal.
And Dolomite really is. It's just one of those movies based on a true story, and it actually. It was really enjoyable. I liked it. It was great to see Eddie for a while, and
a couple other people.
Wesley Snipes. Yeah, he was great.
That was great.
No, I actually enjoyed Dolomite. In fact,
did you watch that?
You gotta watch it. Yeah, give it a shot. You're gonna like it. Yeah. And then on top of it all, we haven't. We'll put it on this week actually, but. They just dropped the original Dolomite on Amazon.
Oh, nice!
So we'll have to watch that this week. I figured we'd throw it on one night since we just watched the.
It was a very entertaining. Yeah, it's good to see Eddie back.
Yeah, I mean Eddie's great and it was funny. Dedicated to Charlie Murphy and I really enjoyed that. I thought it was good.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what we do. We
watch TV.
We watch a lot of TV, people.
It's going on in the shop. Totally. It's going in the background.
Well, we're back in the shop, and that's a plus.
We've been getting a lot. Yeah.
Like I said, we have not. I mean, it's just insane how much glass we haven't blown. And
I mean, just been on the road. Basically, all of August, September, and the first couple weeks of October were just until we got back until the last week of October. First 3 weeks of October.
I mean, we had a week here that we could work and all that kind of stuff, but you just don't get in the rhythm.
Yeah, you don't have a rhythm. There's something about being in the shop.
We came back, we cleaned it out.
Weeks.
I actually spent like a couple days making Christmas ornaments to get warmed up.
Yeah.
Which I got them knocked out for my wife. I still need like another 20 probably.
Yeah, I think so.
But we're going to start making the pieces. We have a whole new thing I want to plan for this winter.
Yeah, we're going to it's kind of nice to get back in the shop and start to make a plan.
And we're going to just try to hit next year with a whole different kind of layout of glass.
Yeah.
But real quick, we talked about some movies, but we have a giveaway.
Yep. You know our show, we like to do the giveaways.
So this episode, we got the Melt package. It's going to be a signed poster. We got a sticker pack.
Yep.
We got a
limited edition signed numbered poster from Josh Mark Levy out of Asheville. Sticker pack.
T-shirt.
You're going to let us know the size and a hoodie from this year's Melt. But what we're going for is that we want, one of our goals right now is to build up our YouTube subscriptions. So what we want is people to subscribe and follow us on YouTube. A lot of you people might not have YouTube accounts, but it's time to get one. And the package is $100+ value. Kevin's making fun of me. Fuck him. I've been drinking.
We're gonna give this away.
You can make me another drink now.
We're gonna give this away on YouTube.
I need some ice. I think it's fucking ice.
Red. You get that?
Fucking red's on it.
Hey, you gotta drink diet.
Yeah. What?
Diet ginger beer.
Oh, just vodka and ice is gonna be fine.
All right.
Just vodka and ice and a lime.
Oh, I got soda water. You want some soda water?
I'll take some soda water.
Hey, get some soda water.
I drink that diet shit.
So
that shit tastes weird.
So we got our giveaway.
But yeah, you
got to follow us on YouTube. You got to follow us on Instagram. That's the only two things.
Yeah.
So if you're on both those things, we're gonna make the announcement around Thanksgiving.
And I'm gonna tell you, it's most important that you follow us on YouTube. You better. That's what we're really looking for. We're trying to bump that up. We want to get some people on there. Repost it. Tell them how much fun it is to watch two drunk guys talk about glass. And
that's about what it is.
Relentless shit about whatever you want to hear, and people don't hold back.
What we're going to talk about now.
Y'all know me. I don't hold back. This is your chance to get. You want a window into me telling you what's up? This is that opportunity. Just send me a question that you're like, oh, let's hear what fucking Josh wants to fucking dig in on somebody. Let's do it. I am going to tell you, it's been, we've been drinking for a while. Yeah. I've always been drinking. It wasn't the plan tonight to be this drunk, but
hey, it happens.
It happens.
So we're going to talk about Melt, and that's where we're going to get into. And anybody that came to Melt that's watching this, you're going to be like, you'll know about a lot of this stuff, but the people that don't know about Melt, that's what we're trying to push on this episode is, to let you know what it is. Is that not good? That's not mixed up real good. You should take your finger and stir it around. He didn't put the love into it like I did. The dipstick.
When I put my finger in it, it's the love.
Exactly. That's your dipstick. I always stir my drinks with fingers.
Oh my goodness.
I always stir your drinks with fingers.
All right.
So
we get there.
Melt, 2019. This year we had an awesome freaking lineup. It's always at the beautiful Independent Lake Camp. We don't give them shout outs publicly, but
hey, fucking I intentionally wore this today. Independent Lake Camp.
But beautiful place. It's in the Poconos. It's in the Poconos. It's I don't even know. I don't know how big the whole entire camp is.
The lake
43 acres.
44.
43. I'm not going to argue with that. Good. It's around there. It's a big.
Good, because I was going to say 40. Then I was like, fuck it, I'm going to say 44.
I think he said it was 43 is what he told me.
It's 44.
Okay. And what it is, it's an old summer camp from the 60s, 50s, 60s. All the buildings are just, old, which, we'll get into us talking about cleaning them up and working on them. But, I think this place can sleep at max capacity, right around 1,000 people. On roughly, I think the camp holds, they usually have 500 to 600 people.
It's hard to define how much they hold because they have those bunk beds and it would be to say that it holds a certain amount of adults would be an exaggeration because the reality
is different.
The reality is it holds a certain amount of children, and then if you wanted to have adults there, you have to be more respectful.
So we don't cram you in like the children.
Yeah, totally,
normally these bunks they stuff you in there 25 kids.
Yeah, there can be 25 kids in a building. It's crazy, but we're only going to put 10 or 12 of you in there. So
is there even that many?
Yeah, not always. It could be less. 10, but 10 or 12 to 25 is pretty reasonable. So
anyway, we get there.
We got
Sunday night?
We get there Sunday night. We just kind of check in, kind of settle in. Yeah, the Rush camp is there, which is this. They're kind of this obnoxious group of people that are Rush fans. And
well, when you get 80 people that are obsessed with Rush, and that's all they live and dream and talk about. Yeah. I mean, I like Rush. I ain't gonna say I don't like Rush, but a week-long summer camp of just adults. These aren't kids. These are adults. These guys are all probably in their 50s and 60s.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got there. They were there.
They get there. They basically have the camp for the weekend prior to us getting there, and they're just celebrating Rush and the benefits of Rush.
Just celebrating
and the Canadian
Rush.
rock gods that they are. And
it was good.
At 11 o'clock, Tom Sawyer is going to be busting over the PA.
For real.
Yeah, for real. So. But we get there. We kind of hung out. We just could have a little bit of a chuckle at the Rush people. It's all in good love.
Yeah, Sunday night that's us setting our cabins up, go get a little dinner.
This year, Rob Whitefire Glass showed up on Monday, and we, basically we just are getting ready for the onslaught of staff people coming up. So we ran into town.
Throughout the week, people just start showing up. After Monday, it's usually like the first 2 days, and then by Tuesday, you just start getting all these people starting to show up.
Yep, and
Paul gets there. They start unpacking the trailers.
Yeah, we're taking out our trailers.
We have a big tractor trailer.
We got these major tents to set up.
Yeah. We have what, 3 tents we set up. 2 of them make like one huge tent that covers the size of like 2 tennis courts. Basically, it's like 80 foot by 90 foot is what the tents equal.
Yep.
And then the other one is on a basketball court, which is
40, basketball, Jones?
40 by 60, I think, something like that. That's the big top. That's our demo area. So, I mean, Paul's working on that, getting the tents up Wednesday, Thursday. You're working on setting up cabins, I guess.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of shit that we're doing. If it's not cabins, it's just receiving all the stuff that people are shipping in, organizing the goodie bags, getting all of the people that are coming in situated into cabins.
Well, that's on the day up, right?
Well, on the day up, but over the week, every day you have people trickling in. So it's like you're kind of juggling, getting people into spots.
Artists get to come early.
Yeah, we let the artists come in early. So they're there on the Saturday and Sunday, getting them into place and stuff. So.
Yeah, it's a big big ordeal.
We take on a lot when we do this.
I get in there, like I said, from Monday morning when I get up, I'm literally in the kitchen. I start kind of moving the stuff around the way I like it set up. Like they have everything set up a certain way, and like I said, so I go in there and just start stocking the pots and pans the way I want them and where they need to be, and then we go out Monday and start shopping and getting all like the store set up. We always have a pretty pimp store. We got even this year we got a little sign made. The interns maybe a little Kevin Levinson. I thought that was pretty funny. I didn't even know that. That was actually, I forget who did it. It was the girl from Coexist. What's her name?
Nikki,
yeah. Nicola. No, she made that sign up and put it up there in the morning. I had it. It was pretty funny. Yeah. But we go pretty far out. I mean, we buy just about everything we can buy. Any kind of little snacks, any kind of little things.
Yep.
Suntan
Taking
lotion,
care of people,
socks and underwear. We have everything. We have towels. We have shampoo and all that crap. We have just about everything we can come up with.
Yep.
Stocking the kitchen sucks though. We get a couple deliveries in, but just getting everything rounded up and then planning everything. You guys are cleaning the cabins. We're stocking the kitchen, setting up the outside. Paul's setting up the tents. I mean, that whole week is just people showing up and just helping out and doing what they can do.
Totally.
Shout out to all of our staff. These guys.
Yeah, man, our staff, they really do come through. The things that they do, getting ready, prepping, everything, it's pretty incredible.
It's always a good thing when the golf carts show up. We get there and it's like a lot of places are big, so it's a lot of walking. Yep. It's like we're there for like a day or two and there's like no golf carts. And then like they show up like Wednesday when they come this year.
Yeah, second day. The same thing, second day.
And they was just like, yes! Golf carts! No, it's...
Yeah, so what was your most favorite? So I mean, jumping past the preview, we get into Meld and the weeks there, but like, what was the thing for you this year that was like that you would say like stood out, like where you enjoyed yourself?
I mean, I enjoyed myself. I think this was like the smoothest year we had as far as the way it operated and how it worked. I didn't have to I just, if you've come to Mel and you've been there in years past, you'd see the first year we did it, but I mean, we had some disarray. Second year, still had some disarray. Last year, I thought we did pretty decent, even though some things got thrown at us. But I mean, every year things happen and it's like a big event and, we go with the punches. But this year, there was really no outstanding, things that were like, damn, that was an issue. That was an issue. Like everything just kind of fell into place.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I really like that part of it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, everything else, there was tons of fun times. I mean, every day is like a fucking new day. The first day, just you guys checking people in is like insane.
Yeah.
Like when I ride, I always like try to take a ride up just to see the operation. It kind of cracks me up because you guys got people down in the parking lots. You got people in golf carts shuttling. When you get there, you basically park people.
Yeah, park them, get them registered, get them loaded in, get their to the cabin, to the torch tent. And we try to do it like in a very prescribed method just because at this point we kind of understand how it works and what works best. And we just try to keep it flowing.
By that point, you pretty much have the cabins laid out where people are going to be going.
Yeah, as people come in, I would say that we have about 70% of people's cabins already decided when they get there. And then there's a little bit of like, well, as people get here, we're going to fit them in and things like that. But a lot of that is already kind of preordained or whatever. So,
and then once you have your staff people, like they're pretty much driving them to their cabins. Mm-hmm. Then after that, they basically take them for a little ride around the camp for the most part.
Sometimes, if time permitting, you know, it's really what we try to do is like, all right, let's get your stuff to your cabin. Let's get your stuff down to the torch tent.
So you take the shit right down there too.
We try to, and then we like kind of let them go because it's like, all right, now just go hang out, explore, go walk around camp, say hi to people, go check out the industry. Because of course, all of our people that have our vendors are there the first day. They're open and available. It's kind of a nice time to go.
Yeah, the cafeteria around. Is usually hopping.
Yeah, we just try to get people all like get them to drop off all their stuff and then be like, now it's up to you. Do you want to go set up your room? Do you want to go get down to the torch tent? You want to do this? But that Monday is always kind of like, it's just kind of like get your stuff to where it needs to be, and then we turn it over to the person to let them do what they need.
Monday's pretty loose for the whole event. Yeah. I mean, that's the only thing we really have structured is orientation. Yeah. You know, even lunch, lunch is like loose. It's like, throughout the day, we're just making sandwiches and keeping it easy. Yep. And then we have orientation. And after that, that's when the show really starts. Yep, it's like totally. 6 o'clock. Yep, we do orientation, then dinner's on schedule.
And then torches are on. People can actually blow glass that first night.
And then once you wake up Monday morning, it's just all day long. It's a structured thing where, I mean, it's structured, but it's loose. You don't got to show up for anything. We're not forcing you to be there.
We got the demonstrations going on, and
they usually start at what time? 10? 11 o'clock?
11 o'clock on,
Where that's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yep.
So, and then like I said, every day you wake up, you got breakfast, lunch, dinner. We have different parties throughout the week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there's a party every night. We have different events going on, like the Board Derby, the Fishing Olympics. Mm-hmm. The Fishing Olympics I did myself, which was awesome. Like I said, our prize package this year was fucking nuts, dude. Yeah. It was crazy. That's why the only reason everybody was like signing up for it, and like they were all talking and they made the announcement. You might even have made the announcement, I think, in the cafeteria. You're like, oh, you're signing up for the fishing derby. It was like, anybody, there's like a couple spots left. Yep. And I looked at Paul and I looked at him, I was like, man, there's a couple spots left over there. He's like, let's just do it. I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. And he's like, hey, in years past, I wouldn't even have had time to do that. So, but I signed up just because, they were giving away, a GTT.
Oh, a Mirage, a Kabuki, and a Hornet hand torch. I mean, the prizes from GTT this year were
wild.
Off the chart. I don't even know how to describe them. When they told me what they were going to donate, I was speechless. I didn't know it. I'm not joking. It's not too often I'm speechless. Thank you, sir. It's not too often I'm speechless, but when they told me that they were going to donate those torches after just a pretty casual meeting at the FAM show, I didn't know what to say.
The Willie and Wally, those guys
they're game changers. Yeah. I mean, those guys that won those torches, they're bringing huge investments in their shop that allow them to.
And it had nothing to do with glass blowing for the fishing derby.
Yeah, that's the thing. That
was all
fishing skills. Fishing derby is just like fishing skills.
Like that first day, it was like Tuesday. Yep. Was the first day of it, and like I think my slot was 4 o'clock, 4 to 6.
Yep.
And me and Paul showed up. We showed up late. We get out there. We were ripping in fish. I mean, seriously, we filled our floors of the paddle boat. We took a paddle boat. It's like the only boat we could even get. Everything else was gone. Everybody else is out there already fishing. But we crushed it. We both came in like third and fourth.
Oh, it was incredible. I mean, the whole thing was amazing. Big shout out to Steve Geller.
The next day, though, I got to tell you, they chose to have that fishing derby at like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Hey, that's what
that was after Sean Gold's party. Like I didn't even sleep at all.
Shit, that's the way it works.
I know, but dude, no, it doesn't. Everybody else, like you don't have that fishing derby at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Fishing starts in the morning. People that want to fish, people that are about the fishing.
What about people want to party?
Hey, that's the trade-off. That is the fucking trade-off.
Stellar, next year, seriously, make it a little more fair.
Don't fucking listen to this motherfucker because we know that fishing comes first.
Hey,
it's the people that want to fish first that get that, and fish bite in the fucking morning. They fucking
bite all day there. We caught all of ours at 4 o'clock, and I had
and you didn't win.
The first day I
caught all of mine, and you didn't fucking win. The people fucking.
The second day I didn't even. Well, what happened was the second day I show up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I was bartending.
I doubt that.
I was there at 8 o'clock when it started. Paul, I'm like calling Paul on the phone. He's like, not answering. All of a sudden he texts me, I'll be down in a minute. I'm looking, I'm like, my cabin's right by the dock. So I'm looking at Paul stumbling out of the cabin, running down. Everybody else is already fishing for 10 minutes.
Oh shit, they had a 10-minute lead.
He shows up, he gets in the boat, and he just looks terrible. And I'm like, fuck. So we get out there, we get out there right away. I mean, we didn't even go far. We started casting in. I started catching fish. We both were pulling them up and like they were getting off, but we were catching these fucking peckerel like crazy.
Getting off.
Yeah, exactly. And then all of a sudden he's just like, dude, I'm not gonna make it. I gotta go back. Like, oh shit. I could tell, I could just see it in his face. So we was like, fuck it, let's do it now. I'll go back out by myself. And fucking I paddle him in. I get out of the boat real quick to help him get off. And he fucking jumps off and kicked the boat, and the boat just took off out of the water.
Oh, fuck.
And I'm just like, fuck. And he's like, I gotta go. And I could just tell he was hurting. But anyway, I see Calvin just pulling in the morning, first thing, for the morning shift or whatever he was doing. And I was like, Calvin, help! He comes running out, jumps on a paddle boat. We fucking paddle out to get this other paddle boat that's taking off in the wind. And
you guys,
it sucked, dude. And I'm like, the whole time, I'm burning time. So I burned half most of the time. I was like, by the time I got back in, 45 minutes passed. And then I was like, fuck, I'm not even going back out on a boat. So I just walked around to the other dock on the other side. I caught a couple pickerel and went around to the other side, caught a couple more. That's all I really
Well, hey, but catching the pickerel was worth it.
I got tickets. And I actually, and even Seller said I had the most tickets of any fucking person for pickerel.
You had the best chance to win that. I mean,
but I didn't win.
Yeah, totally.
But that was a sick prize package. We had trophies from what's her name? Trapper Glass.
Yeah, Trapper Glass. Montana. She's incredible awesome fish, and she's hanging from poles on these wood burn mounts. I mean, and then incredible.
On top of that, we had the Boro Derby there this year.
Yeah,
that was all week long. They had the track set up. People were testing tracks and testing cars and all that stuff. Those guys. They showed up. They had all that crap, and then Bethlehem donated how many torches for that competition? So I didn't
what?
For the Boro Derby.
A couple torches.
Yeah, a lot. Like the main person got like one of those precision sharp flames, and then they gave away like 2 big torches and like 3 hand torches.
Yeah.
And that was like first, second, third place. The first place got a torch and a hand torch. Second place got a torch and a hand torch. Third place got a hand torch.
Yeah, incredible donations.
And I mean, I didn't know that was happening until. Like that, I was like, really? They're actually donating all that stuff? And that's kind of wild. And she only came up for like a day, so I give her credit for that. I mean,
she came up for a couple days, but it was great. Like whatever she had set up with them and the donations, and overall just Bethlehem.
I don't know who won those.
Bethlehem came through.
I'm not sure who won. I know Santiago won the fishing derby.
Santiago won the fishing derby.
Little bastard already had one of those torches, didn't he?
Yeah, I know, and that was the thing. Like here he was, guy won a kabuki. I'm so happy for him, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I work on a kabuki."
Hey, we still love you, buddy. You're a great man.
Whatever.
But it is nice to see people that don't like the third place winner. She won that and the freaking pickerel thing.
And the pickerel thing.
And she was beside herself.
So she got the Mirage with air.
But she was beside herself.
Totally.
And then the Boro Derby. What was it? I don't know.
The Boro Derby had torches, and then the Boro Olympics had torches. They had
Glass Olympics.
The Glass Olympics had a $1,500 gift certificate from Carlisle, which equates to a brand new CC with a rack and pinion. Or they also...
So Patty set that up, and they had a pretty good turnout. You said you were a judge for that?
I was a judge for that. It was a lot of fun. Actually, I have to admit, probably one of the most fun things I've done in 3 years of Melt was be a judge for the Boro Olympics.
Who all judged that?
It's basically me, Geller, and Doug Connor, Decon. And actually Doug really came in with like the scientific side, and then you had me and Geller that were just kind of the snobby critical side, and it was really good. I thought we were a good group of judges to have for it. It was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it.
I caught a little bit during that was during lunchtime and like going into dinner, so I was in the kitchen. But I kept coming out and seeing, like I saw some of the dance competition, and they had like a dance off where you had a dance, two people, like a 2-man team had a dance and like pool points. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, it was basically just like a doubles, like you had to make something and dance while you were doing it. I can't remember now. I have to apologize. I'm blaming the alcohol. I can't remember what it was, but it was funny.
All
and
those
enjoyable.
Events were great. Yeah. At nighttime, fuck, dude, the parties. That was where it was. Like, I know, Saturday, or was it Tuesday? So the first big night was Sean Gold's party. And I know you didn't even show up for that.
Nope.
You're too late. You had to wake up early.
Yeah, I had to get up early.
Well, I stayed awake all night. And me and Kreiner went up to bartend that. And that got kind of nuts. He had the Rumpke Mountain Boys there. They freaking played music. I don't even know. It's like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. Like the bar was kicking it. I mean, everybody there was. I don't even know. I gave up around 3:30 in the morning or something like that. I bartended for like 3.5 hours, and they handed it over. And then the next morning was that fishing derby. I had to stay awake, which sucked. And then Stoke Party, what, Wednesday?
So the Stoke Party's Wednesday night. They have their bonfire. And it rained a little bit that night.
Poured down there.
But those guys toughed it out, and they
the party was going for a while. It didn't start raining until
they
like 2 in the morning.
They stood out at that fire.
And I could just remember being inside and hearing, I was like, what the fuck is that noise? And it was like, dude, it's rain.
It's rain.
And you walk out under the porch and just see the bonfire kicking, and then there's like 40 people just over there just like screaming. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, these people are nuts. Yeah. It was dark and it was cold and rainy.
Totally.
And they were just out there just like raging by the fire. I didn't go out there. It was too dark and cold.
Yep, I didn't make it either.
And then, so Thursday, Boro Olympics.
Those guys, fucking Patty, of course. Patty Clune hit it out of the park.
Was that Wednesday? That was Wednesday, sorry.
Yeah, whatever.
Thursday was...
You setting me up for failure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm testing your game here.
I have no idea. I'm trying to be agreeable. Boro Olympics.
That was Thursday.
Awesome.
Wednesday. The Boro Derby is what we're talking about. Those guys did all that, gave out those prizes. Then the party had a Micro's
movie fest. Yep.
He had a bunch of indie films.
He did. That was really entertaining. He had some really cool stuff, starting out with Style Wars, which is a classic movie about graffiti and breakdance. And then after that, it just went off the charts.
The way that started and where it got moved around, and it's like we showed up with a bunch of food, and like he was like, we're in between movies, and like nobody was there when he walked out of the torch tents. And we showed up with a bunch of appetizers and desserts.
And so that was fun though. We hooked them up, and then we went down to we took them to the
torch tents. The torch tents. I mean, like there again, if you're going to come back to the torch tents to see 150 torches or so in one area, and all these guys blowing glass and just making the most crazy.
Which is the cool part about Melt. I mean,
really, when you walk into these tents to see this, it's there's nothing else like it in the country. I mean, you can go to any event.
People throwing down, and that would be I mean, hope you get to see a few photos of Melt, but like really, the people were just crushing it this year, making work. You could come.
The way it was set up was I like the setup better.
It was something. I like the setup this year too. It was and I don't get to hang out there enough, so I don't know what like working in there's like, but I really just felt open and comfortable this year. And all I would say is excuse me for a second, I have a cough. If you're at Melt, you better just fucking be nice and generous to the person next to you.
So you don't know what they're doing, or
you fucking better know who I'm talking to, because I'm telling you, like, when you're there, enjoy yourself and be respectful. We're fucking working our ass off and making space in a couple of tents for that many glass blowers for this exceptional thing that we get to do for 1 week out of the year at one of the most beautiful places you could be. You just better fucking be respectful of all those other people. And I just don't
everybody there works really hard.
Yeah, I mean, you got to treat our staff and our people right, because they're not doing it for pay.
They don't do it for nothing. They don't get no pay.
Yeah, they don't get.
I mean,
anything.
we're gonna get into. I mean, besides Melt. We'll recap the rest of Melt. You know, we did all those things we talked about, and then Friday night we have this huge party. We have a pig roast. Everything shuts down, and it's just an all night party with a fish fry that all the fish from the fishing derby.
Oh, all the fishing derby.
We have a big dodgeball tournament.
The dodgeball tournament.
And we're doing all that real quick. I have to get off that because I totally wanted to tell that story about.
Here it goes.
We did try to film a podcast while we were there, but it didn't quite work out. So we were hoping to have like our own little chicken wing contest, which we did. We had the contest. We bought the chicken wing sauces, and we made the chicken wings, and we had everybody there, and everybody ate them, and people were puking in trash cans, and it was hilarious.
Tiffany.
Yeah, Tiffany. Yeah, you know you. But we tried, and we couldn't get the sound because we're in a cafeteria. We didn't have the quality stuff to set up because it was so loud and echoey, and like we got the footage, so maybe at some point we'll try to bust some of that out and laugh about it. But after we were done with the chicken wing contest, we took the leftover wings and stuck them in the kitchen where like we were serving food, and Stellar comes in
Oh, fuck.
And he just like, till he walks up and was just like, dude, he's like, oh, he starts like just picking up wings and eating them. And they were like the bomb, which if you watch the show Hot Ones, which we talk about, that is like number 8 or something like that.
Fireball
That's
shit.
like the hot sauce that everybody hates. And he's like, these are delicious. He's like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. He's like, I could eat these all day. And we're like, dude, whatever, you're crazy. And he just like walks away. He ate like 2 wings. And he was getting ready to start filleting fish with all the other people back there helping him to fillet fish. And he walked outside to take a piss, apparently, because he came back in and he walked in and he was like, oh my God, you guys, I don't know, dude, I just touched my dick trying to piss. And it was just like, it was the worst. He's like, it's on fire. So he like freaked out, and then he had to leave. And he said he went up to his like room or whatever, and he was just standing in the shower, just leaning on the wall. He's like, oh my God, it was the worst feeling I ever had. When he came back to fillet, he did come back and fillet all the fish, and then they deep fried all the fish. And this is a lot of fish.
And it was tasty fish.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's our 4 o'clock in the morning, like fish fry at Melt.
It's really good.
After the dodgeball game. So that was just fun.
It was fun.
But other than that, it's just, man, everybody's waking up Saturday morning, leaving.
Yeah.
And we just got to start cleaning everything up, packing up, getting the fuck out of there.
Yep.
And it just takes days.
I don't know if it takes days, because you left Sunday afternoon, bitch.
I left Sunday evening, and it was like 4 o'clock.
Sunday afternoon.
And I put a lot of work in, so I deserved it. I had to get home.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not gonna say it took days.
Well, it takes a lot of time to clean that kitchen up. I had a lot of help this year. Like I said, we had so much. We were overstaffed this year, like with people. We had extra people to do things that we didn't have previous years. And we owe that all. We don't actually bring staff on to Melt. We don't actually just invite staff in. You have to go through the intern program.
Yep.
We try to get most of those people through.
This is the deal. I mean, yeah, we get so many requests to be on staff, and the reality is, we want people that we know. We're not just taking on random people, and it's not that there's not good quality people offering themselves to us.
Oh yeah.
But we're not just taking you in on reputation. It's that you have to.
Well, the work sucks. It's not good work,
and we expect you to work hard.
That you want to do
more work than you expect. Yeah. People think like, oh, I'll just come in there, help for a day, and then I'll hang out all week. It's like, no.
I mean, so we're gonna talk about that for a second. I mean, so here's what it takes. I mean, after Melt, just a couple weeks ago, we went up there on the 15th?
Yeah, let's talk about that. So
me and Josh went up with, a couple other people came up random times, but we had certain staff people that showed up to the camp, and we stayed there for 2 weeks. And so this year at Melt, everybody will have updated cabins.
Yeah.
So we've been doing all the tongue and groove pine. We've been working our asses off, freaking like just trying to make these cabins look awesome. And so the camp is paying for all the material. We're doing all the work, trying to trade off some of our debt that we owe them for like renting the place out. So we have just everybody, me and Josh, of course, I mean, we're the ones doing it, so we have to be there. But like a lot of these interns and staff people, they come up and help out of the kindness of their heart. They don't have to be there. And we couldn't do it without them. I mean, we really couldn't. Rob, that motherfucker showed up, Rob White. I mean, he
killed it.
Drove from Virginia, which is like 8 hours or something like that, to drive up there and stayed for a week, took time off work and everything.
Yeah, we couldn't have done what we did without Rob.
Yeah, him, Andrew.
Andrew
got there early. It was just me, him, and Josh for the most part.
Oh, my God. Yeah. We were in pain.
Yeah, we were working hard. 2 weeks, and we're staying at the cabin. It actually got down to like in the 30s. We're staying in the cabins.
Cold, yep.
We have these little heaters. We're cooking our food. I mean, it was kind of hilarious.
It was.
But,
it was hilarious.
This year when everybody shows up to Melt,
they're gonna be so happy.
They are gonna be so happy.
Yeah.
Like all the actual ticket buyers will be in probably new cabins for the most part. The staff might not be updated yet, but all the ticket buyers. And the idea is, for us, is we're working this deal out with this camp, and we're hoping that they're going to keep going with it, and they just want to keep going. They want to keep making more. Totally. They want to make it nicer and nicer.
Let's wrap this up, Kevin.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right,
man. Yeah, let's talk more next time.
All right, we'll talk about everything. We still got to do the Stoked recap at some point.
We'll talk a little about Stoked. We're actually excited. I mean, I'm kind of excited to do some talks in the next. We'll have another episode coming out real quick about Pipetown, a movie that I worked on this summer with my brother.
We're gonna watch that here soon.
Yeah, we're gonna watch the premiere video. It's gonna be dropped in Eugene later this week. But we'll get an episode out real quick that talks about it. Maybe drop some clips into the episode if Red's okay with that. And but yeah, we just got to push forward.
All right, well there it is. Like I said, if you got a chance, check us out on Instagram, breakingglass_glass. Yeah, don't fuck that up. Like,
Breaking Glass, breaking.
Can you say it?
What?
Anything.
I can say anything.
And check us out on our website, breakingglass.show, Facebook, Breaking Glass Show, and be sure to check us out for this giveaway. We're going to be giving away this huge melt package.
More information coming out on the giveaway for sure. We'll drop some extra posts about it. Yep.
All right, well, cheers.
Cheers.
Hey, thank you all.
Thank you.